Hello again. Well, we're going to read the last story in book one, and then next time we'll pick up on, I guess, book two in my little edition of it, and then we'll see if we go on through the fall season. We'll see if there's enough interest. Let me know. Caught in the net. This is the very last story in this wonderful little collection. Several years ago, a certain minister was sent by God to a fishing village. Most of the villagers went out daily with their boats to fish, except on Sunday, when they attended the preaching of God's word in church. However, in this village there lived an old fisherman who was and always had been very rough and ungodly. He broke the Sabbath, never attended church, cursed those who tried to speak with him about spiritual matters, and swore loudly on numerous occasions. After arriving in this small village, the new minister began visiting all the people. He usually visited the various families with one of his elders. When coming to this old fisherman's house, his elder warned him, "Reverend, if you do not want to hear God's name misused and hear his word mocked, do not go there. To speak with this man about religion is hopeless." Now, I'll stop right there. First of all, this is a very miserable old man, isn't it? Second, the elder. Is anyone completely hopeless? We don't know. If God chooses to save someone, they're not hopeless. God can save anyone, right? He can save anyone he chooses. The Children's Catechism, what can God do? He can do all his holy will. And if it's his holy will to save an old man who's rough as a cob, as we say, he can do that. The minister, however, did not agree with the elder. He said to his elder, "God opened the eyes of a blind man with clay from the ground. Possibly I am the clay which God plans to use for this old sinner. If he remains hardened, then at least I've done my duty as a minister of the Lord. Let's go. Maybe God will bless it." They both entered the house and saw the gray-haired man sitting on a rough stool, mending a fishing net. He received the men with a stern, cold look and angry face, but did not say a word. The minister, being quite a friendly person, asked him several questions about fishing, about his nets, the wind, his boats, methods of fishing, and so on. Such talk surprised the old fisherman, and soon his frown changed into a smile. He liked nothing better than to tell stories about his fishing days and to have people ask him about his experiences at sea. The minister continued this conversation for a full hour and then stood up to leave, much to the surprise and disapproval of the elder who was with him. "Come back again, would you? I liked our talk," the old fisherman said. "There's nothing I like better than talking about fishing." "I can understand your love for your work," said the minister. "I love my work too. Would you come and listen to me talk about my work next Sunday in church?" "No, sir, never," said the old fisherman. "I'm not interested. I'm a fisherman with body and soul." I will promise to speak about fishing then, if you promise to be in church next Sunday morning." The old man thought for a while and finally agreed, for the minister did seem to have a love for fishing. "But if you start talking about other things, I'll walk right out of there. I'll tell you I will." On Sunday morning, the old fisherman was in church, to the amazement of the entire village. The minister preached from Mark 1:16 through 18. "Now, as Jesus walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Jesus said to them, Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. And straightway they forsook their nets and followed him. With open eyes and ears, the old fisherman listened. He didn't miss a word. In the application, the minister earnestly warned all sinners to flee to the great fisher of men. God blessed this sermon to the soul of the old fisherman. God's word completely broke the hardened heart of this old man. He could not contain himself any more, but cried aloud in the church. You've caught me in the net, he exclaimed. The minister paused and then spoke. Have I caught you in the net as I desired? May God in his mercy help you out and bring you to liberty. After that, the old fisherman often went to visit the minister, not to speak any more about fishing, but about his need for deliverance from sin. God blessed the visits and talks, and Jesus Christ became the hope and the salvation of this formerly rough, old, hardened sinner. Can you observe the love, warmth, and concern this minister for the souls of men? Do you value God's messengers and the message? You know, the minister had the right approach, didn't he? He didn't just go in and start blasting away at that old man about, you're a sinner and you're going to die and go to hell. You need Jesus. Because that would have been the end of the conversation. But he talked to him about everyday things. And suddenly they became friends. And friends can talk about important things more easily than people who aren't friends. If you don't know someone, you don't really have any reason to trust them to talk to them about serious things. So getting to know people is very important. Remember that as you grow up. And for those of you who are grown up, as you grow up more, remember it also. Look forward to seeing you on the Lord's Day with all of his people. Good night.